The thumb, it's Let's Talk Sports, brought to you by Air Advantage, providing rural communities with client-focused internet communications and technology solutions with integrity and pride. With Scott Bowlesby.
Whoa, I don't play defense. You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Chris Wilcox.
There's no flying in baseball.
We got uniforms and everything. It's really great.
And the Chief, Christian Zalik.
It's in the hole.
And good Saturday morning. Welcome into Let's Talk Sports. How about if I hit the right button? There we go. I wasn't coming through on the recording. We were coming through over air, but on the recording, it is Scott Bowlesby with you this morning. Let's Talk Sports is live and ready to go. And we have in the studio with us, as always, the Chief, the Chef, Christian Zalik.
There we go.
And also we have in the building special guest filling in for Mr. Chris Wilcox this morning, Zach York of the Millington Cardinals. Good morning, Zach.
Good morning.
Former Freak Nasty.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago, right?
Yes. Something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to get your shirt today, too.
Yeah, I can't forget that.
Yes.
I got to pump you up here, Christian.
Okay.
For some reason your mic is quieter.
Well, I'm kind of far away, too, just because of this camera angle thingy.
Come on, Luke. Fix that.
Our camera people here is just... We need some new ones, I think.
Well, it's the best we can get for nothing. I mean, I'm kidding, Luke, by the way. You do a great job, man. Nonetheless, we are here with you, and perfect. Couldn't script it any better. The way that we had our guest come in today. It was our game of the week last night, and ended up hitting the game winner last night for the Millington Cardinals as they get the big win over Carleton. And a very entertaining game, very interesting game. It was fun to watch. I'm sure it was fun to play, right, Zach?
Oh, it was a ton of fun.
As we had, was it Jalen? Is that how you say his first name?
Jalen Curry, yes.
Jalen Curry?
Yes.
Just an animal out there last night. Did a great job. And, I mean, where do we start? We start at the beginning, obviously, where Carleton comes out. They jump out to a lead.
7-0.
Yeah, and then Millington is able to claw their way back into it, and it's just a battle from there on out. Just a fun battle, and Curry was just a fun player to watch.
He was. Like I said, I would like to see him up in the thumb area, just because he's got those wide hips and strong player, nice little outside shot as well. And but he didn't play the first time you guys played them, right?
Yeah, no, he was out. He was hurt.
He was hurt, okay.
So obviously an X factor there.
Yeah, no,
Makes
he's
a
a
difference.
nice solid player. And as I said, I was surprised towards the end of the game twice they didn't go to him at the end of the game. They went to
The guard number
Williams, number 5,
Yeah.
Jaquavion Williams, and just stayed away from Curry. I was really surprised.
He was pretty frustrated at the end of the game. I mean, they drew up a play, and Braden Henderson did a really good job of trying to deny him the ball. He was pretty frustrated at the end that he didn't get the ball.
Yeah, you could tell that the play they drew up didn't happen because that was just a 1 second shot that you threw up with 13 seconds left, and got lucky. It still almost went in. It was halfway down and came right back out, but man, it was just a good fourth quarter for you guys.
I know, it was big.
Yeah.
I mean, we lost to him the first time. It was a big win.
So I think you guys finally took the lead. The first time you took the lead was the first lead the whole game, if I remember correctly. Just by looking at the box score as well. Yeah, I think it was your bucket gave them the lead. You finally got down low there, and we had talked about that in the at halftime a little bit, and then going into halftime that one of the keys we thought was going to get you down low on the block on Williams, number 5. You had a good advantage over him. Did you guys ever talk about that before that last play at the end of the game?
No, we had talked about it at halftime a little bit. We have a play where I kind of go and I go down the post. We did it against Garver a bunch on Thursday. And me and Braden had just switched in and out. We talked about the day before. I got a guard, he'll go out because Braden's been hitting jumpers recently. And Braden and Nick, who I think was in the game, both did a really good job of just seeing I had the mismatch, getting out of the way. And, I mean, because the guy was significantly smaller.
Yes, he was, yeah. And you could tell a couple times you went to the hole against him as well, that he just couldn't handle it. And I had told Scott, I'm like, oh, man, right now, hopefully somebody's telling Coach Coleman and get York on the block because that's going to be a big advantage. And, you guys took advantage of it when you needed to, right at the end. So that was good.
Oh, yeah. I mean, an ugly win's still a win. I mean, that's what Coach Coleman's go-to
Darn
line
right.
is.
The ugly one is still a win, and it's a revenge win as well.
Oh, it definitely is. I mean, now we're tied for second in the Tri-Valley East. So if we win Friday, we'll get second. If Carleton loses to Bridgeport on Friday, and if we lose and Carleton loses, everyone but Bridgeport and Birch Run are tied for second.
I was going to say, Braden Henderson last night, great game by him, getting down low, being able to draw those falls, head to the line, and pick up some freebies there. Just impressed with his play against Carleton. He was a big factor for Millington.
He got to the line 10 times last night. Granted, he only hit 5, but it's getting to the line, which is huge, puts people in foul trouble. He ends up with 11 points, I think, and 8 rebounds I have him for. Plus that final assist to you, Zach. So that's a huge assist there, and getting to the line 10 times is really nice. So
yeah, it was fun to watch him play. I haven't been really able to see him, I guess, show up big in games, like the few that I've seen this year. But it was nice to see him get involved last night, and obviously Zach and Ethan and the usual suspects, as I call them, the ones that are at the top of the scoring leader. But yeah, I mean, it was a game that. You felt like at times Millington wasn't in the game. There would be deficits, and you'd be like, okay, it's starting where Carleton's gonna pull away now, and then Millington would claw back into it. And then you look at the scoreboard, and it'd be a 2-point game, and it'd feel like more. But then it's just one of those weird games. But
Carleton would start to pull away, but never got above 10.
Yeah, they never blew it wide open.
And with that 3-point shot, it's always within range. Just like when they went up 7-0, Zach hit that 3-pointer right away for Millington, and then it's still just a 4-point game. So it just never really got away. And then Ethan Brady hit a couple big 3-pointers as well to pull them back in within range all the time. And he had a nice night shooting last night. He's 7-15 shooting with 18 points. And when he's that consistent, you guys are pretty hard to beat.
Oh, I mean, it's definitely tough. Ethan's by far one of the better shooters in the thumb, especially when he gets hot. I mean, it's tough to guard him. He can shoot all the way out from the volleyball line. I mean, he'll knock things down, and then especially me being bigger and more physical, where I like to drive, it gets to a point where you got to stop me driving. If you're gonna stop me driving, I'll throw it to Ethan. Ethan will definitely knock it down. Yeah,
and he had a couple really nice just step back jumpers last night too. They created himself. The one was a 3-pointer, and the one I remember was down in the corner in the first half. He must, he probably stepped back 4 feet to create the space. It was just, it looked like Steph Curry leaning back. It was gorgeous. It really, really was. I have to ask Zach, what was the official's issue with you last night? He kept calling the wrong number and kept getting you in trouble and get you confused with other players. He had it out for you for some reason.
I have no clue.
I mean, it's not even like your number was close.
Yeah, I know.
10,
and then
44.
And then he gave Ethan the fall when it was on Zach. And it's like, man, it's like
first one, they're all on Drew Germain. So I was kind of the first one I was mad, but then I was like, oh, it was on Drew, which Drew ended up with 4. So I was like, I'll take 1 versus Drew having 3 in the first quarter.
Right.
They tried both times Drew fouled guys. Me and Drew don't look very similar.
Oh, the numbers aren't.
The numbers
similar?
aren't. Yeah, exactly.
I just couldn't get it. I was like, wow, what'd your dad do to that guy?
Yeah, I was kind of confused about that. He kept getting that was an issue with him last night. But no, other than that, I mean, obviously foul trouble came into play, and kind of worried about Zach's fouls early. I was able to play discipline the rest of the game, and obviously Drew got into foul trouble. But surprisingly, nobody fouled out, if I'm not remembering correctly.
No,
so.
they did not. And even Ferguson, for a 3-point shooter for Carleton, got into foul trouble as well, and he stayed in the game and didn't get off, but then didn't shoot well after he got into foul trouble either. So
yeah, you could see they played a little timid after that, and then they started slowing things down late with only a 2-point differential.
2 point, 1 point. I told you, I just I can understand with 10 points. Slowing things down. Take your time. But it's just 2 points. You got to keep playing your game.
And there was one point they forced the inside pass, and I think Henderson picked it off.
Yeah,
and
that was the thing. They slowed it down, and then they started forcing passes.
Yeah, they'd force a pass, or the one time. I mean, the big man, he was a really good shooter. He shot one jumper. I was just praying that he shot it because, I mean, he ended up missing and we got the ball back. He could have easily just thrown it back out and they could run their offense and they would take another minute off the clock.
Yeah.
But them just forcing a shot, I mean, I think it's more, they probably haven't been in that situation a bunch.
Could be.
I mean.
And then I was surprised that a couple times last night, in the second half especially, Curry would set up in the middle of your guys' zone and not get checked at all, and he's wide open for a 12-footer. And then at the end of the game, they didn't go back to that because you guys weren't hedging the guy at all, and he's just sitting there in the middle. They wouldn't go to him, and then he popped back out, and then nothing there. It was just I don't know. It was odd that the way they didn't go to him at the end of the game. It just baffled me the whole night.
Yeah, that was when they came out of that timeout. We were wondering what they were gonna call up, and you said after the game, you're like, I don't think that's what they called up in the huddle because it was one of those prayers, but it rimmed out, and I think everyone held their breath for a slight second there because it looked like it was going down and then just bounced right back out.
Well, and I forgot to say this on the air last night, but thinking about it now, I think when you guys called the timeout, you had all those fouls to give and started fouling them with 22 seconds left. That just completely, I think, mystified them. They didn't know why you were doing that because they just seemed to get out of their rhythm.
Oh, it's something definitely. I don't think they've really seen it before, and that was Coach Coleman. That was a great coaching move. I mean, that was took off 20 seconds off the clock of them dribbling it, starting to run their play, and we're fouling them, and they're like, "What do we do now?"
Yeah.
They got really confused.
Yeah, because they were just going to run it down to the last second instead of run a play. And
yeah, they were trying to get the last second, the NBA shot where you wait, even though you're down, you wait till the end.
Yeah, so that was a great coaching move, and it completely mystified them.
Yeah, it did, and it just completely threw them off. And I think the falls too, because Millington had falls to give, like you said, threw them off their offense as well. They weren't able to get a good setup, and just were forced to make something happen. Which all night long they were able to set something up and get it out to Curry or whoever from the outside or down low. And I think that really threw them off as well. But it's always nice to have those falls in your back pocket that you can use up and send them to force them to inbound the pass.
Definitely so. And with the big difference in the fouls, I was kind of surprised that the Carleton bench wasn't chirping a little bit more the way the big difference was, and because it really fell in Millington's favor there to be able to do that. Yeah,
you see that from time to time when you're not happy with the calls, but kudos to Carleton. They're pretty well behaved. I mean,
well, the way the officials were screwing things up last night, they may have called, if they were chirping, they may have called the technical on Coleman.
Yeah. Would have screwed that up. Yeah, exactly. Never can be too sure on who they're going to call that on. But either way, big win on Snow Coming, and possibly one of the first times ever that the brother and sister were the king and queen. Dustin and Sydney Bishop. Congratulations to them. But as Christian said, luckily the dance is over, so that awkward dance does not have to happen.
Oh, that would have been great.
I would have loved to see that. That would have been awesome.
So anyways, actually, our leading scorers last night, Ethan Brady with 18 points, 2 rebounds for him and an assist. Zach York sitting here, 14 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. And as I said before, Braden Henderson, 11 points, 8 rebounds. Nick McLean, 3 points, 5 rebounds, maybe some of the biggest 3 points of the game. Pulled Millington within 1 on that 3-point play. And then Mason Wolfenden with a point and 3 rebounds as well. For Carleton last night, we have Jalen Curry, 17 points and 5 rebounds. And he had 4 of those rebounds right in the first quarter, and it only ended up with 5. Derek Volts with 8 points, Jacavion Williams, 7 points, Wallace Ferguson, 5, and A.J. Thomas with 3. And the unmentioned number 20.
We don't know who that is yet.
Yes, the team points, 2.
Yeah. Well, that was our biggest nightmare is when he came off the bench. We had no name on him, and then he hit a bucket. We're like, oh, our nightmares are coming true. But, it happened at Channel 5, too. They had a highlight package from the Saginaw High game last night versus Mount Pleasant. Or no, is it Mount Pleasant?
Yeah,
Mount Pleasant. Yeah. I got my mounts up. No. But whoever it was number 1, I think it was, for Saginaw High. One of the numbers, it wasn't on their roster. So they were like, well, the unknown or the unnamed number 1 wasn't on the roster. They might want to change that because they had no idea who it was that was in the highlight package. So I guess we're not the only ones that don't know names out there.
Not at all. Happens all the time.
But no, big win. And it's kind of one of those things where obviously Brady and York, you guys have major names known in the Thumb area with our Thumb Sports Writers Association coming up, our meeting in about a month probably.
Yeah.
Definitely going to be a couple names that are going to be mentioned during that meeting. So you guys have really stepped up over there. And some good play from around you as well. That was kind of our worry is who was going to help step up. But last night you had Braden Henderson step up and Wolfington the other night as well. So it's nice to get that supporting cast to come up around you guys and help out.
So what, 11-6 now?
Yeah, I think so.
11, and then 2 games left? One game left.
Because Vassar has to make out the conference games.
So
That's right.
So
which was going to be our game of the week.
Possibility to finish 12-6 then, because already beat Frankenmuth once, and it would be a good season then going in the districts. And who do you guys have coming in the districts?
We play Vassar the first game, and then if we win, we'll play Sassa, and then the other side is Montrose, Reese, and Valley Lutheran.
That's right, because there could be a Millington Valley Lou game.
Yes,
which would be seeing Valley Lou the other night. They're interesting. I don't know if you guys have seen them.
Yeah,
yet.
I watched. I went when they played Swan Valley. I went to Valley Lutheran to watch them.
They're is that Giglio?
Giglio, Hagenau.
Yeah, those two. Their outside shooting wasn't the hottest. At least when I saw the other night.
They have a guard who comes off the bench. He's a lefty. He's a good shooter.
Is it Gunn?
No,
Gun's
Gun's their
starter.
point guard.
Okay, yeah.
They got he's a little scrawnier kid. He comes off the bench, and then Hagenau. He's 6'4" and dude can light it up.
Yeah.
But they don't. They do a good job. Gun's a really good ball handler in the pick and roll with
Facing
Giglio.
Curry last night was probably a good preview for Giglio or Guglio or whatever.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they're about the same size. Although I think Giglio's a little taller.
Giglio, I think they're pretty close.
Are they? Okay.
I think Giglio is a little bigger, but he doesn't step outside at all. His shooting isn't his thing. And last night, the Carlton big, he's probably one of the better shooters I've seen this year.
Nice, easy shot outside. Yeah.
That was the thing about Giglio is that he's bigger. I thought he would be a little bit taller, I guess, when I heard about him, but he's just big. He's just he got the wide frame, and did a great job. I think he had 24 in the game against USA before he fouled out, and that's kind of what really shot them in the foot in that overtime segment. I think it was like the third or fourth overtime.
I just have a sneaking suspicion that it will be Valley Lou over Reese. Call me crazy.
I mean, with the way that I saw them play against USA at USA, and what I've seen USA do to Reese this year, they're pretty good. I mean, as far as in that district.
I'm not the biggest fan per se of Valley Lutheran's coach, but he does have them playing hard all the time. I mean, he's a big time screamer, yeller.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah.
But his teams always play extremely hard.
Yeah, the other night. So yeah, they could come down to that.
So
Maddie Hahn is a bulldog, though.
That she is.
She is. She's ferocious down there. So it's nice to have her back out there. She's only junior too, right?
She's only junior. Yeah,
there you go. So that's nice. Back. That's nice to be able to depend on that next year. So, all right. With that being said, I got plenty of other basketball action. Again, Zach York in the house from Millington Cardinals, and obviously me and Christian are here as well. No Chris today. He's not going to be coming in late. He's got a day full of baseball. I think he's making his Tri-City tour. He's got hitting coaches and pitching, and I don't know what else he's got going on, but he's out and about all over the place and building the future Derek Jeter out there.
We'll see.
Miguel Cabrera. Well, no, it's going to be Miguel. Derek Jeter's a better choice because he's from Michigan. So. Nonetheless, we're going to take a break. We'll come back. We got more Let's Talk Sports. It's Classic Rock I-92.
Classic.
Everyone, it's Rick Lipan from Majestic Sky Link, your local Dish premier retailer, TV and internet expert. In these days of fast-talking salespeople, it's nice to know you can still count on your local Dish premier retailer to tell you the honest truth. Drop by Majestic Sky Link at 326 South State Street in Carroll. Call us at 989-673-8094 or visit us at MajesticSkyLink.com. We are your local resource for TV and internet solutions.
This is Deborah Lipian from Majestic Sky Link here in Carroll. We are your local premier Dish authorized TV and internet retailer. Are you tired of waiting on hold and trying to talk to the big box companies? Why not just talk to your neighbors here at Majestic Sky Link? We pride ourselves on the great customer experience we provide for our Dish TV and internet customers. Drop by Majestic Sky Link at 326 South State Street in Carroll. Call 989-673-8094 or visit us at MajesticSkylink.com. Local dealer, local.
Hi.
Northerly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Lows level off around 10 above. Tonight, chance of snow. Tomorrow, highs around 24. Chance for snow Monday with highs in the low 20s, partly cloudy Tuesday. A dusting of snow tomorrow through tomorrow night. And that's the thought. Classic Rock I-92 weather forecast. I'm weatherology meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Currently, it's 23.
We know they're going to take a step back with Mario, but because I thought their JV team was really solid last year.
So they're really good. They struggle a little bit. The 1-3-1, they do a really good job. They just lack in a little bit of length.
Okay.
I mean, their big guy, he got hurt beginning of the year, and that was huge for them because of their size. They brought up 2 sophomores, Ethan Jacobs and Ryan Brenner, who are both, they're bigger guys. They got Derek Humpert, who's bigger, but Carson was all their size. And without him, they don't really have much size, but most teams in our area don't have a lot, but they're normally the 1-3-1. You have Mark, but I think if USA trapped them that well, they probably struggled to get it inside at all.
Yeah.
And that was probably the issue. That'd be my assumption just as an outsiders.
Lakers started 5-0, and then they lost to you guys, and then beat Lakeville. They were 6-1, and they ended up losing 5 straight, and they've only won 2 games since starting 6-1, and just have not played well in conference at all, and handled the Greater Thumb East pretty darn good beginning of the year, and then just haven't done anything since.
Yeah, they started off hot, and I talked to somebody from Marlette. I'm trying to remember who I talked to, but nonetheless, they said that Lakers they're good, but they're definitely beatable, and it's really shown since then that they are beatable, and USA just taking it to them.
Well, and that's twice too, because I see just now too USA back in January beat them 69.
Coach's office.
Thank goodness. We were worried that we were going to get you some new ones.
Guess what I got?
What'd you get?
A get well card.
A get well card?
From all the Hugs and Peace players, both teams, and the coaches.
Oh, very cool.
Outstanding.
They sent it to the coach the other day, and she keep me on the bus.
Well, that's awesome. Are you feeling better?
Yeah, I feel a lot better.
Good. That's what we want to hear.
Are you still happy for finishing third with your article?
Yep.
Did Gilchrist start another one yet? The other article?
He totally talked to Scott. John and Tom said they were doing each other. He could talk to Scott, too.
Okay.
Me?
Good.
We can...
You guys could help out on it?
Well, I was thinking we should do like a special, like a radio special on Bub.
I'd like to get Bub in here along with Bruce.
Get all the
and Ben Miller,
big fans,
and Brian Glady, and get everybody in. And I think everybody's super fan. And
super fan roundtable.
It would be an awesome get together.
You guys can argue whoever the best is.
Yes.
All right.
Well, how would I get the kill?
We'll come get you.
Oh.
We got a Mix 92.1 van.
Just load everybody up in the van. Bub call. So everybody enjoying the Bub call.
Oh, we should play this bumper right now.
You want to hear it right now?
Yeah, let's do it. Did you last week?
No, I didn't hear it last week. I was in the gym listening to this last week, so I didn't catch everything.
Did you want me to play it now or when we come back?
Let's play it right now.
Okay, hang on. I got to load it up, so you can continue on if you want to.
It's this is great because you think he's on something.
It was a long day for him, Christian.
Yeah.
He was tired, but I
love that guy.
Oh yeah, you gotta love Bob. He takes care of everybody.
That idea of the All-Star game, that'd be awesome.
That would be awesome, wouldn't it? Because I know Brian will be there and Bub will be there.
Oh yeah, Brian
and Ben Miller will be there as well, and we'll just have to get a hold of Bruce and get him up there.
No, my friend from Bertrand used to call Brian Mr. Millington. They didn't know his name; they just always called him Mr. Millington.
And Brian is actually Zach's uncle.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah. He came up to me last night and goes, how'd you like broadcasting from the Rock Den last night or last week or whatever? I was like, oh, yeah. I'm like, great view, man. I'm like, I wish we could have that every week. And he's like, it is a nice view over there, isn't it? I said, yeah, it definitely is.
He takes pride in his Rock Den.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's on the sign. It's on his door in the football tower.
Yes.
It's the Rock.
That's awesome. What'd I do with it? Hang on 1 second. It's going to take me a second here.
Okay.
Trying to find it. Where did I save it at? See, now I can't remember where I saved it. I'll have to dig it up here in a second. But I do have it, and I will get it going.
Okay.
We'll get it in a second here.
Okay. So we were talking about Reese basketball.
Yeah.
Yes, we were.
Yes, yeah.
The freshmen there. Their freshmen are
yes.
loaded. like Gabe Robinson's younger brother is on freshman. He's good. Wesley. I mean, Levi Foco, who's up on varsity now, like, they have 6, 7, 8 kids that are just good basketball players, especially for Class C. I mean, when they're seniors, they're going to be good. They're going to be tough. Markey, Levi, Turbush.
Yeah, it's as it is. The girls are the same type of way with all those freshmen. They've already won 11 straight conference titles, and who knows what they can get that up to. And speaking of conference titles, I read something after Garber beat me the other night to secure an outright title of the Tri-Valley. Frankenmuth actually has won 33. Has either won or tied.
They were able to knock off Kingston and quite the battle over in Brown City during the holiday tournament there. It was he's just been a great leader for North Branch. Last year was obviously right there as well in the conversation, and I have to imagine he's going to be there again this year.
I think so too. And then Emily City got a non-league win over Marlette, 77-49. Alex Houston led the Red Raiders with 12 points. Grant Roberson, Braden George, and Peyton Dale each had 8. And guess whose name I didn't call there?
Sean.
Yeah.
Sean, I got those stats, and he got held to 5 points. He wasn't even in the top 3 scorers in that game. So another great job, I guess, by Emily City shutting them down. But it's a surprise when you don't see Sean Quady up there at the top.
As we said before, at the beginning of the year, that team this year without Bryce George was going to go the way Sean Quady did, and he's scoring 5 points. They're probably not winning. So
he had 6 last night in the overtime loss double overtime loss against Sandusky.
Tough week for him then.
Yeah. I mean, it started last week with Cloyd doing a great job defending him in that Kingston Marlette game. And then against Emily City earlier this week, and then Sandusky last night. Players up. Alex Heisner's been having a good couple weeks. Dylan Cook last Friday night had a good night, and then again last night had a good night.
Being a perennial doormat in the BWAC.
Yeah, exactly.
Really bad.
Yeah, so it'd be a nice change of pace for the K-Pac Chiefs. In an interesting game last night, no power. Cancels the JV game. The varsity game doesn't start up to about 8:30. I don't know if Coach Lester is listening and could call in and give us an insight on this game. We did get stats from last night, but 49-42, Kingston knocks off Deckerville in a game that I think is a lot closer than a lot of people would imagine. According to Coach Lester in his game notes here, they got off to a good start. They struggled to score all night. They shot the ball well. Deckerville shot the ball well. Worked hard. Evan Neff leading the way with 16 points. Aaron Kaler added 12, Isaac Kyneth with 11, and Carlos Ibarra with 10 points. Of football names there leading the way for Deckerville. But I guess, kind of a surprise. Kingston outscored Deckerville 17-6, 11-8, and then in the third they matched up 17-7, and Deckerville outscored them 11-4 in the fourth to make it a 49-42 win. But yeah, I think a surprise.
It's got to be tough on your team. You get there. You have the normal routine to get out onto the floor. You're on the road, and then all of a sudden the lights go out. You're sitting in a girls' locker room of all things, trying to get ready in the dark.
Cold.
Yeah, hats off for the guys still come back and win, but I'm not surprised they didn't shoot well. It's just one of those things. It's because you can't go out and warm up, and just an odd thing.
We got a call here. Maybe possibly Coach Lester. We'll find out. Let's talk sports. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Carl Nickel from Kingston. Coach Lester's in the room, but he's got to take off, he said.
Oh, he doesn't have time for us, huh?
Yeah, he does, but he's got his son with him, and he's heading out the door.
Okay.
So I had sent you a little message on YouTube anyhow. I'd like to kind of discuss what happened last night.
Yeah. Sure. Break it down.
So I'd gotten home. We had a half-day of school. I'd gotten home, 2:30. My son was at home, so I went ahead and seen him a couple of weeks, so I went home quick here, but it's been that way for everybody.
Yeah,
so.
I can't even imagine what it's been like. Probably almost feels like the spring for an AD, doesn't it, with all the cancellations and everything?
It does. It absolutely does. But, everybody's been great to work with, all the other ADs, all the schools. Some schools, like we had Flint Powers on the schedule, they had to cancel to use that date. As of yesterday, we did pick up the Lapeer Lightning for our girls on the 28th. So they are coming here at 5:30 on that night. So they'll get their 20-game schedule. And at this point, like last Monday, we were scheduled to play North Huron, girls on Monday, boys on Tuesday. Well, with the weather that was coming in, we moved the varsity boys up. So now the JV boys didn't have a game, and then they get shorted last night. But our JV girls have already lost 3 or 4 games this year because of, schools not having a JV girls team or different situations. So yeah.
Heck of a season so far. Well, at least the second half of the season. The past month and a half has been crazy. So glad to see
the
that.
The only good things that makes it easier is that both teams are winning. Both teams are playing well as we get into the tournament here. So it's exciting.
There you go.
Yet very stressful as well. So.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for the update, Carl, and I'm sure
Scott and Christian, I thank you both very much for everything you do there.
You're welcome.
Absolutely. We'll see you soon, Carl.
Thanks a lot, Carl.
All right.
Thanks.
Take care, gentlemen.
Yep,
All
bye.
right. See ya.
Yep.
Bye.
Carl Nickel, Athletic Director of Kingston, getting us the update there. And Christian, just so you know, we did get a message from the K-Pac boys basketball. They finished 3rd in the BWAC last year.
For our Dish TV and Internet customers, drop by Majestic Sky Link at 326 South State Street in Carroll. Call 989-673-8094 or visit us at MajesticSkylink.com. Local dealer, local service.
Hi everyone, it's Rick Lipan from Majestic Sky Link, your local Dish premier retailer, TV and internet expert. In these days of fast-paced lives and fast-talking salespeople, it's nice to know you can still count on your local Dish premier retailer to tell you the honest truth. Drop by Majestic Sky Link at 326 South State Street in Carroll. Call us at 989-673-8094 or visit us at MajesticSkylink.com. We are your local resource for TV and internet solutions.
This is Deborah Lipian from Majestic Sky Link here in Carroll. We are your local premier Dish authorized TV and internet retailer. Are you tired of waiting on hold and trying to talk to the big box companies? Why not just talk to your neighbors here at Majestic Sky Link? We pride ourselves on the great customer experience we provide for our Dish TV and internet customers. Drop by Majestic Sky Link at 326 South State Street in Carroll. Call 989-673-8094 or visit us at MajesticSkylink.com. Local dealer, local service.
Hi everyone, it's Rick Lipan from Majestic Sky Link, your local Dish premier retailer, TV and internet expert. In these days of fast-paced lives and fast-talking salespeople, it's nice to know you can still count on your local Dish premier retailer to tell you the honest truth. Drop by Majestic Sky Link at 326 South State Street in Carroll. Call us at 989-673-8094 or visit us at MajesticSkylink.com. We are your local resource for TV and internet solutions.
This is Deborah Lipian from Majestic Sky Link here in Carroll. We are your local premier Dish authorized TV and internet retailer. Are you tired of waiting on hold and trying to talk to the big box companies? Why not just talk to your neighbors here at Majestic Sky Link? We pride ourselves on the great customer experience we provide for our Dish TV and internet customers. Drop by Majestic Sky Link at 326 South State Street in Carroll. Call 989-673-8094 or visit us at MajesticSkylink.com. Local dealer, local service.
Hi everyone, it's Rick Lipan from Majestic Sky Link, your local Dish premier retailer, TV and internet expert. In these days of fast-paced lives and fast-talking salespeople, it's nice to know you can still count on your local Dish premier retailer to tell you the honest truth. Drop by Majestic Sky Link at 326 South State Street in Carroll. Call us at 989-673-8094 or visit us at MajesticSkylink.com. We are your local resource for TV and internet solutions.
This is Deborah Lipian from Majestic Sky Link here in Carroll. We are your local premier Dish authorized TV and internet retailer. Are you tired of waiting on hold and trying to talk to the big box companies? Why not just talk to your neighbors here at Majestic Sky Link? We pride ourselves on the great customer experience we provide for our Dish TV and internet customers. Drop by Majestic Sky Link at 326 South State.
Or I'll turn this thing around.
Still don't know what he's going to turn around. I haven't figured that part out yet.
Hey, I mean, did we ever find the Bub Bumper?
I can't find it now.
Oh my goodness!
I have it in the downloads.
Sorry, Bob.
But it's the raw version, so it's got me talking in the background, directing him what to do. I don't have the polished version. I thought I saved it, and now I can't find it. So I'm still looking here to see if it does pop up, but I still have not found it, and I feel like a terrible person because I can't find it. Because I know that he loved when we played it last week. I'm sure he didn't tell us, but I'm sure he did. But I'm trying to bring it up here. Is that you?
Nope, not me.
One of us vibrated.
I actually turned my phone off today because it was buzzing like crazy last week.
Somebody's going off. We always have a phone going off in the studio. So
it's Luke.
Luke, your phone's going crazy. No, I'm just kidding.
Let's touch base on some girls basketball. Actually, we'll start with some Thursday night games here, and then Scott, get into Friday night games if you got them right in front of you.
I get some more Friday boys games too as well too. So
going right ahead then.
You want me to go? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Brown City knocking off Ubley last night, 78-58, leading the way for the Green Devils. Andrew Geiger, another big night, 26 points, 12 boards. Sebastian Blevins, 16 points. Killian Panger, 13 points, 5 boards, and Matthew Dawes with 12 points. So nice night all around for the Green Devils. On the Ubley side of things, Casey Sweeney, 14 points, Isaac Warzinski, 11 points, and Carson Haleski with 13 points. As Brown City picks up the win. They are missing somebody on the score sheet, so I don't know if he's hurt. Curtis Stanley has been showing up on the score sheet. He was that freshman or sophomore for that squad, and I don't know if he got hurt or what the case might have been, but he was doing great for them, and now hasn't shown up, so I don't know exactly what's going on over in Brown City. So nonetheless, though, another big night for Andrew Geiger. I think that's all I got, actually, for you. I think I did have the Vassar Bad X score. Did we go over that one already?
No, we did not.
Okay. I just got the Vassar stats right here. Dylan Hubbard led the way at 9 points as Bad X knocks off Vassar in a big way, 60-30 last night. I'm sure that Mike Gallagher has the stats. Here it is right here. I'm pretty sure it was Cody Tulaski leading the way, if I'm not mistaken, who's having a amazing year as a freshman. Game high 15 points, 11 in the first half, and then Brayton Meeks had 12 points for the Bad Axe Hatchets, who surprising team this year. Possible coach of the year for Coach Krug up there, as I don't think we really gave Bad Axe any kind of respect at all at the beginning of the season.
No, you didn't expect that. You expected Reese, USA, Reese, possibly Lakers, and then all of a sudden Lakers dropped and Bad Axe jumped up, and Carroll's sitting right in the middle of that pack as well. And not really what you expected out of Bad Axe, but hats off to them. They're a game and a half back, now from USA, probably going to finish in second place. They've had a heck of a year.
Yeah, they're going to need some help if they want to. Which will be our game of the week next week. Bad Axe USA at USA. Thought that maybe we were going to have a little bit of a conference implications with that, but didn't turn out that way. But nonetheless, could still be a game that Bad Axe could go in there, win, and finish a half game back from USA in the conference, which would be big for them. Or a game back, I should say, which would be huge for them. So we'll see.
And Bad Axe gets the Lakers to start the playoffs. And I'm looking here. Looks like Bad Axe beat Lakers back in January, 55-37. And they have not played the second game yet. Unless I'm blind. I'm sorry, they play this week.
Oh, there you go.
They play this week.
And
then the rubber match 5 days later. So
they'll be getting a couple of looks there at the Lakers.
Yes,
coming up, and I'm sure Coach Krug likes to see that win earlier this season, especially going into district play against that squad. And I think they're in the same district as the likes of USA,
should be
Cass City,
yeah, I think they
Harbor
are.
Beach. Those schools up there. So,
yes.
And let's Bad Axe, if they want to play spoiler, districts would be the place to do it.
Darn right.
And they got some good pieces up there, and but I'm sure USA is going to have something else to say about that. So we'll find out once district play starts up next not this coming week, but the following week.
25th, I believe.
Yeah, the championship's on the 1st.
There you go. The 1st already? Holy cow!
Yeah,
March 1st, March Madness, right around the corner. That's all I got, though, for stats. So if you want to jump into the girl side of things.
The Vassar side, shout out to Dylan Hubbard for committing to Adrian the other day.
Did he?
So I did hear about
Adrian.
Okay.
Coach Tickness got a really good guy in Dylan. I really like him, works really hard.
Outstanding.
really cool to go see him play somewhere.
I did hear about that.
Yes. Girls basketball Thursday night, Cass City defeated Harbor Beach 40-29.
Surprising game.
Extremely surprising. Casey Hare had a game-high 18 points for the Redhawks, who also got 9 points each from Brittany Hamilton and Kelly Ziegler. North Branch squeaks by Yale 38-37 on Reese Ruhlman's 13 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. North Branch now 5-10, 3-7. And that's somebody's name who we probably overlook a little bit just because probably no one's seen her from around the area. But Reese Ruhlman this year, I think, will probably get some votes. If not a first teamer, then probably a very solid second teamer in the all-thumb voting.
We know that the first team is going to be hard to crack. There's plenty of good options around the area, but Reese Ruhlman, definitely a name. North Branch has been playing great basketball all year on the girls' side of things, but her name has been up there at the top of the score sheet every time I look, and she's one of those names that I think that I felt like she graduated last year. That's kind of around, but I want to say that Chris got to see them play in the holiday tournament, but I never got to see him play. Yeah. So, but it's definitely one of those names that I think are going to be sneakily, they're going to find their way into the conversation.
Very solid athlete, one heck of a softball player as well.
So she's got her best sport yet to come.
Yes. Esseksville Garber defeated Millington girls-wise on Thursday night. 64-36, games tied at 26 all at halftime, but Dukes outscored Millington 25-6 in the third quarter. Austin Palmer led the way for Millington, 11 points, 17 rebounds. Cecilia Ramirez, 9 points. Annika Sykes, 7 points and 3 assists. Laker High defeated USA 36-31. Riley Zimmer highlighted USA's efforts. She had 15 points in the loss, while Grace Williamson followed with 8 points. Sandusky all over Marlette, 47-24. Jordan Boyne had 7 points for the Red Raiders. Riley Ford had 6, and Liz Rowland grabbed 11 rebounds. I do not have anything for Sandusky on there.
I have something here. You're talking about the Sandusky Marlette game?
Yes.
Gabby Goff, 15 points. Abby Bowlesby with 10. Marissa Schiller with 8 points.
Okay. Dryden defeated Mayville, 56-26. Carly Hogue, 11 points for Mayville, and Kelsey Dinsmore had 7 points.
Did you get to the Brown City Ubly girls game?
I do not have that score.
It was a 47-32 win for Brown City, and even more important, Kendall Muxlow, 29 points, 9 rebounds in that game.
Jeez,
so, absolutely going off once again. Just a phenomenal game by her.
Once again, my pick for all-thumb player of the year.
You know, I talked to at my cousin's funeral yesterday. I talked to my uncle, who was the former head coach over Brown City back in the 80s, and I don't know if he made it to the 90s or not. But anyways, he was at the game where Brown City played Sandusky in Brown City, and he said that was a game that Sandusky should have won. And they basically started following Kendall in the end, and you send Kendall to the line, it's lights out. Mm-hmm. So he said a good win by Brown City, but that was definitely one that Sandusky let slip away. Obviously, went to overtime and ended up losing it in overtime, so it was a tough one to swallow. And Sandusky lost this year. Harbor Beach, Brown City both got a game on them. So you don't normally see that in a season, but
have you heard anything yet since Kendall was in here over the Christmas break and her father Doug and everybody was in here? Any word on where she might be playing next level?
I have not heard. I know her dad listens, and he's pretty active on our Twitter account. So if he's listening, definitely let us know if there's anything. I haven't seen anything or heard anything, so I don't know exactly what's going on with that.
Yeah, because I think she's definitely a Division II talent. Unfortunately, at this point, I don't know how many Division II schools still have roster spots open. So I don't. You know, a lot of them tend to fill up rather quickly, with Division I filling them more quickly like that, and then everyone filtering on down. So, you know, getting hurt last year probably didn't help her recruiting-wise, but I think it helped the team. You know, we've said this before. I think the team learned to get better without her, and now they have – that's one of the reasons I think they're on top of the Greater Thumb East this year is because the rest of the team can play now along with her.
Yeah, Carly Randolph has been having a good season. When Kendall hasn't been at the top of the score sheet, Carly Randolph has. And then the other one night we had Alexis Wiltsey up there at the top of the score sheet. So it's been interesting to see what they've been able to figure out when Kendall was down, and I think that's just made them stronger. So it's going to be interesting to see them down the stretch here and then get into district play and see what they can do. I'm sure they're going to make some noise, but Coach Burton going to be ready for that. And from the sounds of it, Coach Burton might be part of our All-Star game here in a couple months.
Oh, stated.
We will find out, though. They haven't made the coaching announcement yet, but I know that she really wanted to coach Kendall one last time. So
that's good.
Heck of a coach over there in Brown City.
Outstanding coach. Game from Tuesday night. Franklin defeated Carleton 47-25. Stats in the game here. Brooklyn Carwatt had 8 points and 7 rebounds. Sydney Merrihew had 8 points. Emma Kirkhouse scored 7. And Kellen Kuyat contributed just 6 points, but she had 8 rebounds and 4 steals.
All right. Is that all you got over there?
That's all I got from earlier in the week.
Okay. Trying to see if I have anything else earlier in the week. I have a complete rundown of scores here. I'm trying to figure out when they played each other, though. So give me just 1 second. I think this would have been Monday's games, right? Let me see here. USA, yes. You want to run down to Monday's games?
Sure, go right ahead.
All right. Second on MLS over Carroll, 47-31. Caleb Cotton, 8 points in that game. The quadruple overtime, USA Valley Lutheran. Just a fun game to watch all around. Shout out to Nash Morton, as he had one of the best blocks I've seen this year out of nowhere.
Did you see that?
Oh, that was crazy.
Yeah.
I saw it on Twitter.
Wasn't that sweet?
Nash, I remember me and Nash tried out for the same team in the spring. And I love Nash. He knew their game really well. He was just really small. He's not huge, but he's still grown a ton.
Yeah.
He's the best defender in the thumb. Oh. I've watched Kingston, USA, Reese, us. Nash is the best defender in the thumb. Dude's an animal.
He just got up on that, and it was incredible. It really was.
Freak athlete. That was a crazy play.
Yeah, he was fun to watch. He did a great job in that game, and that block just absolutely lit up the gym. That helped spark something in USA, and it helped eventually propel them to the win. I mean, you could just tell it was a change of emotion, and I mean, just a great job by Nash Morton on that block. But Micah Kramer, 18 points. Landon Zimmer, 17. Tyler Heckroth with 16 in that game. Obviously, Micah and Tyler usually see them at the top of the score sheet. And a game that I think Valley Lutheran should have had a bigger lead in. USA wasn't particularly shooting the ball very well to start the game off. And I think Valley Lutheran should have went to halftime with, I was telling Chad Winger that it should have been a double-digit lead, but USA was able to contain them and hold them to I think it was a small lead going into halftime. But kudos to USA. I mean, they had height. It was a height disadvantage for them, but they were able to fight through, and you could tell that it didn't matter. I mean, it might eventually matter in the future, but the height of Valley Lutheran didn't cause a huge problem, as you saw Nash Morton with a huge block as he was getting up higher than anybody else on that night. So shout out to him, shout out to USA as they continue the streak, and they have not lost a home game since February of 2017, so it's been a little while.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Lakers knocked off Vassar 53-40. Dylan Hubbard, 15 points in that game. Kingston over North Huron, 68-32. Evan Neff leading the way with 13 points. DeAndre Morris with 11 for North Huron. It was CPS over All Saints, 60-41. Peyton Mooney leading the way for CPS, 19, and Devin Taylor with 18. Girls' side, it was Harbor Beach getting the win over Brown City, 44-40, and it kind of propelled Jim Tamlin's name into Coach of the Year. And then it turned around and then lost that game to Cass City, and I guess maybe it quieted those talks a little bit, but still having a big year with the win over Brown City and win over Sandusky. So
true,
still a good year for the Harbor Beach Pirates. Anything can happen, though. We still got a lot of basketball left on the girls' side, and we still have to go through the votes. So anything can happen. Jessica Weber, big night in that win against Brown City, 19 points. Kendall Muxlow, 21 points, 14 boards. Carly Randolph with 13 points. Reese takes out Vassar. We talked about that. No, we did not talk about that girls' game. No. 72-27. Taylor Finley, 22 points. Maddie Thompson, 15 and 8. Elsewhere, Kingston girls, 58-8 over North Huron. I don't know if there's the district, I think I tweeted or texted you guys the other day, they might give up a combined 20 points in that district. It's going to get ugly.
That's just... As I said, I have all the respect in the world for that program. What Jay Green has done with it, what Dave Lester did with it before. And Jay Green goes out and plays the hardest talent he can get. But, boy, there's just not much competition for him in that north central thumb area.
No, there's not. And that's the thing, is they just roll over teams. And, but I'm glad he went out and got some teams to play against this year that are and that now they got Lapeer Lightning on the schedule, who maybe aren't the toughest of competition, but it's still
they're Saginaw Valley League.
Yeah.
They're used to playing Class A talent.
Exactly. So. Yeah, that's all that matters. And Lady Cards claimed their 7th straight league title when they played Deckerville the other night. They have not lost a league game since 2014. They've only lost 1 league game in 7 years. They're 15-1 overall, 9-0 in the league this season. And that one loss to Utica Eisenhower, who's one of the top high school population-wise. I think they're the 2nd biggest high school in the state. That's what I heard.
Very well, maybe. Very well,
I'll have to
maybe.
double check that. Yeah. I didn't check my source on that, but
as I know, Grand Blanc used to be up there. Rockford used to be up there. Macomb, Dakota.
Clarkson was in the top 5 the past couple of years.
It might very well be.
I'll have to look it up, see if I can find out. But and then Peck over Ondale Gagetown 51-13. Samantha Bissett, another name that I think is quietly over there in Peck that's been having a good season for the Peck Pirates. Put up 20 points against Ondale Gagetown the other night, so I'm sure we'll see her and hear her name in the meeting coming up. But we shall see, and I think that is all I got.
That's all I got.
And congratulations to the individual wrestlers around the area that have moved on to the next level. I had them all written down, and guess what? I cannot find that sheet. So I don't know if I can find that here.
I didn't see anything in the paper today, either. It was just the team results.
Right here.
Okay.
Regional 11-3 qualifiers from Caro, John Botkins, DJ Daniels, James Hill, Garrett Stoic, Coven Withers. From Millington, John Hitzman, Hunter Norris, and Jack Sherman. Regional 14-4, New Lothrop, Sam Haas, Bad Axe, Craig Phillips, Ryan Wayner. Cassidy's Hunter Keister, Drew Markle, Tristan Swiderski, Lucas Swiderski, Mayville's Jared Gilbert, Steven Jackson, Logan Levine, Tyler Petrus, Zach Romanowski, Ubley's Logan Holbert, Shane Ozentowski, Vassar, Zachary, is it Goss or Ghost? You guys know? I'm going to say Goss. Colton Heiser, Max Kokalski, from Brown City, Eric Martis, Josh Pasco, Louise Trish from Marlette, Cody Gold, Cody Hayden from Sandusky, Tim Eagle, Anthony Filkins, Chase Hartz, Cody Hartz, Jacob Horse, Adam Scott. Croslex has a slew of them. Ben Davis, Aaron Lieber, Christopher Lilly, Connor Lilly, Nicholas Puebla, Vincent Scarmuzino, Paul Scarmuzino, and Xavier Seuss. So congratulations to all the individuals that are moving on to the next level in wrestling. And we're out of teams as well. All our teams got beat for wrestling. So that's all I got for you on the wrestling side of things. I get very little stats. I have to do my digging, so you're welcome. But if you are a wrestling coach out there, a wrestling parent, definitely let us know on wrestling side of things. We'll definitely get that on here. As you ready to award some Freak Nasties?
Let's do it.
All right. So our final piece of the puzzle here this morning.
The Freak Nasty Player of the Week.
Super freak, she's super freaky, yeah.
We'll start off on the girls' side of things. Cass City Redhawks, big win over Harbor Beach this week after they got that big win over Brown City. As Cass City turns around, and Casey Hare having herself a big night, and with an 18-point performance against Harbor Beach. Congratulations to Casey. You are our female Grazzle Graphics Freak Nasty Athlete of the Week. And our boys' side of things. Who do we decide on? Oh, never mind. I know. Yes. Mr. Gabe Robinson from the Reese Rockets, surprisingly, was not our Athlete of the Week sometime this season. Some big games for him, but had a big week this week. They got a win over Vassar earlier in the week, and then a conference win over Carroll last night, and Carroll Snow coming. Congratulations to Yami Albrecht and Lillian Hessling, King and Queen. Lily was just in here last week and now is Queen. So there you go.
Pixie dust.
It's that Let's Talk Sports magic. Nonetheless, congratulations, Gabe Robinson of Reese. You are our male Athlete of the Week. So there you go. Got a couple Greater Thumb West players there with Casey Hare and Gabe Robinson. And I think that's it. That's all I got.
Very good.
We got some big games coming up next week. We're going to be Monday night, we have a makeup game. We're going to be doing the Cass City at Vassar game Monday to start things off, and then end the week on Friday. We have Bad Axe in USA, so we'll have that coming your way for our two games coming up next week. So, all right. Well, Zach, thanks, man, for joining us.
Outstanding. Thank you.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Betcha.
Good luck the rest of the season, and we'll be over there for your district more than likely, and should be a fun one. I hope. That should be. I mean, you guys are trucking right along and having a great season so far. And big game coming up this week for you guys.
Oh, it's huge.
Stop by anytime.
Yep.
Join us. We'll kick Chris out of the studio. It's all right. He never comes anyways. So.
That's for darn sure.
All right, Zach, thanks again. And Christian, as always, we will be back next week with you guys. Luke, thank you out there.
Maybe.
What'd you say?
Maybe.
So thanks to Luke for running the video side of things. And you can check this out, replay on YouTube. If you want audio, you just got to let me know, and I can get that up as well. So with that being said, we're going to take a commercial break. We're going to come back. Got more music on the way here for you. Got a little Bob Seger. You going to go see Bob Seger one last time down at DTE? Not a big Seger fan? I
love Seger.
Okay, I was going to say.
But I love listening to Seger. I don't know if I want to go to see him.
Yeah. That's, yeah.
So I'm afraid to hear him live.
Yeah, I guess he still got it, but at the same time, at DT, it's going to be loud. It's going to be crowded. My old man's coming out. I'm like, I just want to stay home. I'll listen to Live Bullet.
Just go visit Austin City Limits. I'll watch you on a Saturday night.
Yeah, there you go. On PBS, just kick back, relax with the cold beverage.
You're darn right.
There you go. So
like every Saturday night with PBS.
Yeah, man. PBS got some good stuff Saturday nights.
Go right from Red Green right into Austin City Limits.
Red Green will be live in Saginaw on April the 2nd.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I might have to go see him.
Bringing his duct tape and everything. All right, we'll take that commercial break. We'll come back. No, we won't come back. We'll come back with music, though, right here. It is Classic Rock I-92. It's been Let's Talk Sports, brought to you by Air Advantage. We'll see ya.
Classic Rock I-92.